Hello, my name is Brady Wright, and today I'll be talking to you guys about chapters 4 through 6 vocab. First up, aggression. So with aggression, the definition of aggression would be you, quote unquote, intending to hurt someone. An example of that would be, say if you and a friend have a race, and your friend beats you, and you get so mad that you punch him in the shoulder or something like that, and that is you showing intent to hurt him in a way. Next up would be helplessness. Helplessness is as a passive way of you just giving up. That's just you throwing in the towel, saying, all right, that's it, I'm done with this. An example of helplessness would be, say if you have a lot of homework and you look at it on a Monday and it's not all due Saturday, but you see it all that Monday and you see just all of it at one time, and it just makes you want to give up. And you're like, you know what? I don't have a chance of doing this. I'm just going to give up and not even try to do this. Catharsis. That is the release of emotional distress. So one thing I've looked at, which was also in the book, was an example of the catharsis could be studies of violent video games having shown violent actions of people that have played them. So therefore, if you played a violent video game, you're more subdued to actually have a violent action, according to studies in the book. Next up would be meditation. Meditation comes from the family of helping you mentally relax yourself. And I do personally actually do use meditation. I actually really like it. An example of meditation would be yoga. Yoga is a great way of meditation. Yoga shows that you can just release yourself from anything that's really bothering you deep inside. You go out and you stretch, you just relax, you let your mind relax, you just release everything that's pent up and deep inside you. Next, alcohol dependent. An example of alcohol dependent is someone that is so dependent on alcohol for whatever they do that they need to have it in their life. Whether it's they have a bad day and they need alcohol, they have a good day and they need it, they have to depend on alcohol being there for them. An example of this would be, say if you go and have a really bad day, you have a really bad test and you just struggle. And then you come home, and the best way to cope with that would be alcohol. It's also self-indulging in yourself as well. Next up, cancer. Cancer is the cell growth that grows within the organs that can cause cancer. An example of cancer could also be other cancers like breast cancer. Anything that grows within you that can cause a cancer from what you have done can cause a cancer. Next up, nutrition. Nutrition is what you get from fruits and vegetables. It helps keep you healthy as a person, helps you helps your body keep flowing and having good health. An example of nutrition could be you eating an apple or a banana, something that helps you, keeps your body moving right, and that you need to have it in your everyday life. Tolerance. Tolerance is something that you build up from a drug abuse or maybe alcohol. Say if you use alcohol on an everyday basis, or you're so dependent on alcohol or drugs that your body builds up a tolerance to it. So if you did one thing once a day and you got maybe a high from it, after a while you need to hit it 2 times a day or 3 times a day or maybe even 4 times, because your body builds up such a tolerance. And on lethal drugs, this can lead to such as an overdose. Next up, I want to talk about individualism. Individualism is, the definition of individualism is you worrying about yourself more than the team. An example of that very well could be, say if you were on a team, like a basketball team, and you're just stat padding your own points. You're making your stats look good. You're bragging to your friends, yeah, I had a great game. I had 20 points, 10 assists, 10 rebounds, but your team lost by 50. You didn't help your team out by much. You just helped yourself out, making yourself look better. Next up, public self. Public self is how people see you in public, and it very well could be different from how people see you somewhere else. I see this kind of like myself, honestly. I'll use an example as myself. When I'm in public, I don't talk. I'm very, very shy. I won't really talk to you. But when I'm around my friends, I'll talk to you all day long. I'll tell you everything. I'll talk to you. I'll do everything. But when I'm out in public, I just keep to myself. Don't really try to talk to anybody. And it's all about, I won't say all about me, but I just keep to myself more. Next up, reference group. A reference group is a gauge of how people see you in like a social choice. So a reference group, for example, can almost be your friends. You could come to your friends as a reference, be like, hey, I don't know if I should do with this, and you have your friends to help reference you. Hey, maybe you should try this, do this instead, like that. Next up and last of all, self-esteem. Self-esteem is how much confidence you have in one's ability, yourself. If someone has a high self-esteem, they think they can do everything, they're more competitive, they want to go out and do things. Someone has low self-esteem tends to be more helplessness, they give up, they don't want to push themselves to be the extra they actually can be within themselves. An example of self-esteem could be, like I said, someone that has high self-esteem shows that they're more motivated, they want to do more, they want to achieve more. Someone that has low self-esteem doesn't want to do that and doesn't want to try as hard and gives up a lot more easier. Thank you.